The video you're about to watch right now went in a completely different direction than I anticipated. What was supposed to be the discovery of swimming holes ended up being the discovery of a mystery item. If you want to find out what it is, keep watching. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't get washed down. I'm going to take the bag off, take my phone out, leave it with you guys. If I can make it across safely, I'll come back and get you guys and we'll continue on. But at the very least, if I do wipe out, you'll see it on camera. Today I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to find a natural, hidden swimming pool. This is known as Roaring Brook, and this section flows within the city of Scranton. And I do know what's further upstream, but between here and there may be something that we can investigate beneath the surface. If you want to find out what I find, you know what to do. Just come along with me. Just to put things into context, that bridge you're looking at right there is the same bridge that the Electric City trolley goes on. It stops here and gives you a view upstream of what is known as Step Falls. Further upstream is a 3-story man-made waterfall that I have documented and been to a few times, but I haven't been in this section of water here. So I'm gonna walk up the side of the river here, and although we haven't had rain in a few days, the water's not as clear as I was hoping. I'm hoping that's not going to deter us. I may still try to get in the water if we find a nice deep pool. But enough of me talking. Let's start walking and see what we can discover. The one thing we have to be mindful of is snakes. This is definitely snake territory. I do have to say, water is rather baffling to me. As much as I love it, it is confusing at times because despite the lack of rain, it's rather murky, which doesn't make sense. It's understandable that when we get rain and things wash downstream that it does cloud up the water, but there's been no rain in about 2 or 3 days. So I can't explain why it's not clear. When I investigated this area about a month or 2 ago, it wasn't warm enough to go swimming, but the water was crystal clear. So it may be a bit, what do you want to say, not favorable conditions. And I don't like when I can't see the bottom, but I'm jumping ahead. I haven't even discovered anything yet, except what I think is up here. It's also pretty hot and humid out, so sweat is pouring already. So I'm hoping we can find something that we could get into and cool off and explore. So enjoy the video montage until we find something of significance up ahead. I think we may have possibly found something. You see that nice circular calm patch of water? Depending on how deep it is, that could be our pool. We'll find out in just a few moments. I also wanted to point out too that I did arrive here on e-bike. My bike is locked up there to the guardrail. I brought the Hovsco Hub Alpha and was able to ride right down to here, scale down the rocky side, and here we are. Water feels really good. It's not that cold at all. Nice little waterfall over this rock ledge here. It is flowing fairly good right there, but again, river levels are down pretty low. I think under most circumstances, this will be up another foot or two higher. This is why I stated that we're following a path, because it just carved through this bedrock here, this rocky surface. Part of it might be drilled. I think I may see some drill marks where it was drilled and blasted for the construction of the bridge, possibly. This is also a newer bridge. An older bridge used to exist here, which they actually dynamited, imploded a few years ago.
Uh-oh, here it comes. I hope I'm recording. Uh-oh, here it comes. I hope I'm recording. Oh, the birds are.
So this area has been altered by man over the decades, but this is still a pretty natural area. What do we have here? Something that washed downstream, made of metal. Can we identify it? Looks like it's mangled. Almost resembles like the frame of a seat or a chair, but I think it's too heavy duty for that. If you guys happen to know what that is based on what you see, feel free to chime in down below. But this is the area that I was spotting from up above when I scouted this area, and I think, I'm not certain, but I think it gets rather deep up here. So I'm going to get a closer look at it, and we definitely can't see the bottom based on the water conditions, but it doesn't mean we can't explore it. I did bring a flashlight as well to help illuminate underwater, and I do have my snorkel and goggles, and I am prepared to get submerged, but I just don't like the cloudy conditions. It's not looking too good. I'm wearing polarizing sunglasses, which usually helps me see beneath the surface. And even wearing these, I can't see more than about a foot. It's really cloudy and murky. And as far as I can tell, fairly deep. It's kind of pitching off. What to do. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do a test shot. I have you guys on my extendable handle here. And I'm going to stick you guys beneath the surface. I'm going to watch the playback here to see if there is any visibility. If there's not, I think we're going to have to come back when the conditions are clearer. If it looks like it's doable, then I'll push through and we'll get in the surface, beneath the surface. I'm just spotting something random here. It's a piece of metal right there. It's like sunken into the ground. See, even with the sun shining, I can't see nothing. All right, let's do that test shot and we'll go from there. I got some good news and not so good news. What do you want first? Somebody said bad news first? Okay, we'll get that out of the way. I hear people. I think there's people up at the step falls. So bad news is what you saw is the water conditions. Horrible visibility. There's maybe 3 or 4 inches at most of clarity. Beyond that, it's just a dark, murky mess. And I don't feel comfortable or safe going into a pool of water that I'm not familiar with when I can't see what's on the bottom. It could be metal objects, it could be wood, trees, glass, snakes, could be anything. So I don't feel comfortable or safe going in this water knowing I can't see what's in it. So I don't want to inadvertently hurt myself and cause a problem that I don't necessarily need. With that being said, on the good news, the bright side, the flip side, is that right at this rocky face right here, I explored up there while I was waiting for the camera to dry off, and I found some alterations made by man. Looks like a wall, like a retaining wall made out of railroad ties, but also near the river's edge there's some ties sticking out, almost like a makeshift dam or a flow channel to alter or flow the water in a certain direction. I don't know what it is, but I figured I would bring you along. We'll check it out together and get a view of it, and also we'll be able to get a view of Step Falls from there as well. But I will 100% be back to investigate these waters. This is an area that's not hard to get access to, whether it's getting visibility from the bridge or riding my bike down here again. I will keep tabs on this water, and once it is clear and visible and I can see the bottom, I will 100% be back. You'll be back with me and we'll explore these waters. But right now, we're gonna head upstream. I hear people up there. We'll see what's going on and check out what I found. Looks like somebody's been doing some fishing and some boozing. Probably a good fishing spot here, but nobody cleaned up after themselves. But this is the view. I'm almost certain it's probably fish in there. And this is probably deep enough to jump into from here, but not knowing how deep it is or what's beneath the surface. Won't be doing that today, but in the future, who knows. So here is what I was explaining. If you look down there, those little posts are all ties, wooden ties. I shouldn't say ties, they're not necessarily railroad ties, but they're made out of the same material, it looks like. And it looks like they're in rows. So I'm not sure if it was containing the flow of water or maybe pushing it off. But there is a way to get down there and we'll get a closer look at it. So I think we can get down here. I'm gonna have to put you guys down and try to safely make it down. There's a big wall right here, a pipe down there, and all those posts are stumps. Alright, this is not so easy in sandals, but I don't really have a choice here. I have to leave you guys right there. This is dangerous. That wasn't easy. I had to literally hold onto that bar and hang down until I was able to touch down here. Whew. Not sure if we'll get back up that way. So here's a giant retaining wall made out of these ties, creosote ties. A little bit of a platform there. I'm pretty sure this is probably created for the 3-story step falls, which is just behind here. Now this pipe, I don't believe belongs here. It's just washed up here. Probably from either on top of the dam spillway there or beneath it, but this is just washed down from heavy waters. There's a deep little pool of water here, a few feet deep. You can barely see the bottom. Oh, look at this. This is unique. So this is the rock face, and it's been flattened and has sections cut out for posts. You can see how big it is compared to my hand, about the size of one of those wooden posts. I wonder if there was like a bridge here. There may or may not be notches over there as well. I wonder if there was a bridge here. I hear a train. Probably on the tracks above us up here. I thought we might get lucky and see a train going across the bridge. No, it's above us. That would be the DL, Delaware Lackawanna. Yeah, so this is really intriguing. They used the natural face of the rock, flattened it out, cut out those notches, and there was posts going across. May even be these ones laying here, but I can't be for certain. These are round, those are more square rectangles. But here you can see as well what I was explaining before. Almost resembles like I would see like at a lake with a dock. Post coming in with the platform and the dock on top, because they're in perfect row, perfect line here right to the water's edge. Something took place here back in the day, right along the side of the river, and I can't make much more of it than that, but either a dam, I'm more so leaning towards a dock or a bridge because of that as well. So I don't know. If you have any input or ideas, certainly chime in down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So right up there is the famous Step Falls, a 3-story man-made waterfall. I've been there a few times. I also have a video of someone jumping off from nearly at the top, which is kind of crazy, but they did it and lived to tell about it. All right. Something is starting to add up a little bit here, so I think I was on the right track. What I thought were just logs laying here, this is a bridge or platform. They are basically merged together to form like a road or a flat platform. And it could have been sitting on top of those. Huh. Still doesn't make sense about those, unless those were maybe supports or something. But it kind of does appear there's a notch or two that it could just be the natural rocks, but looks like at least 1 or 2 notches. Now here, this water is extremely deep. You could definitely jump into here and probably not even touch the bottom. And under optimal conditions, you could probably see close to the bottom. And there's people jumping in up there. And there's no way that they're stirring up the water this much to make it this cloudy down here. It's just bad timing on my part. But let's walk around a bit more, see if we can find any more pieces of the puzzle, put them together, and make sense of what we found here. I had no idea this was here, and it looks like closer up there might be some more evidence of something else. I think I possibly made some more sense as to what we're looking at right here, or a better idea of it. So without a doubt, this is a type of bridge or dock. Oh, look at the trolley. See if anyone's waving down there. Perfect timing. I'm probably blocking the view of Step Falls. That is the Electric City trolley ride. It goes from Steamtown to the PNC Field in Music. It's a great ride. I've ridden it probably over a dozen times, and it's a great way to relive the old trolley days. It goes on the former Laurel line for a section of it, and once it leaves the bridge, it's going to go through Crown Ave Tunnel. It's a 1 mile underground tunnel that goes under the city of Scranton, and the only way to see it is by riding the trolley. All right, squirrel moment there. Oh, look it. I found a spike. So what I believe we're looking at is an overturned bridge or dock. What I noticed is that, you see these posts here that are staggered? Another row of them there and more behind me. They're in line with these. So this upside down was laying flat on top of those. I'm about 95% certain of that. These line up almost perfectly with those. So this is upside down, and the posts are broken off, probably high waters ripped it off its supports, and now it's just laying here, but I'm fairly confident that's what we're looking at. I still don't know if it was a bridge or a dock or its purpose, but we at least got some more answers figured out. If you guys thought the same thing, good job. Figured out some more clues. Artificial wall here made out of the old concrete with the stones and pebbles mixed into it. Wooden post coming out of it. Could have been a support. Could have been more part of the forming for the wall. Not sure of that. But I think we could probably walk along here, get around, but this retaining wall is here. End to end, it's probably about 40 feet, maybe 50 at the most. So my plan is, and this is just my plan, I'm not saying it's going to work, I want to try to make my way over here. We can get a better view of the wall here, get a closer view of the falls, and just explore a bit more. But I don't know how deep it is here, and the water's moving pretty fast. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't get washed down. I'm going to take the bag off, take my phone out, leave it with you guys. If I can make it across safely, I'll come back and get you guys, and we'll continue on. But at the very least, if I do wipe out, you'll see it on camera. All right, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to get across. The bag's over here, make sure no one takes it. If I safely make it, you're coming over too. But fingers crossed, I don't get swept out. We made it. I almost went down more than once. More so when I ducked my head under, I was trying to get the water out of my ears. Almost went down, but I think we could do it. I'm gonna grab the bag, hold it up high. You guys are gonna come too. third time's a charm that we don't fall in. Crossing it once more. All right, here we go. This is not gonna be so easy. I'm gonna at least put this around me here so I have a free hand. Oh, already getting pushed. Okay, it's just below the Bojangles. Not terribly deep, but deep enough. There is like a makeshift dam here. Not sure if it's natural or not. Let me get some strong footing here and I'll give you a view. Okay. This is where we are. The water's flowing directly towards me. I'm standing in it, and here is like a little tiny dam area. I think it's natural. All right, we are safely across. Now some of you may be wondering, Jay, why are you wearing flip-flops? Well, I'm not really wearing flip-flops, so to speak. I'm actually wearing like sandals, strap-on sandals, because they have rubber bottoms that give me good grip, but I can get my feet wet and not to worry about my shoes being soaked all day. These dry relatively quick, and they're great for things like this. So they're probably the best things I can wear. Water shoes themselves are really thin, and you feel every rock and hard place. Where with these, I have some sole and some cushion, and I'm happy with how they work in environments like this. This area here is normally underwater. It's got a layer of silt on it. This shows you that the water levels are down considerably. Now looking across here, that wall keeps going. Then there's a larger wall there, made out of concrete and ties, which is actually split apart. It's leaning. And here we are at the base almost of Steph Falls. All right, you want me to film him jumping off. Whew, that's quite the leap. Found a nice spot to sit here and hang out for a bit. The one thing I do want to share with you is that this video just is a perfect example of how things can be completely unexpected. This video was supposed to be about a swimming hole, and it turned into be more of a mystery as to what we found just behind me there. So we came for one reason, ended up going in a different direction, and I think it made it work because even though my mission today was to snorkel the deep pools, and although not doing that, we found something that we didn't know was here, and we have a sense as to what it was. So the mystery that we stumbled upon is not such a mystery, more of just a unexpected surprise, so to speak. But regardless, it's a really nice spot. I may still try to even take a little swim here. I'm not going to snorkel, but I am really relatively soaked already from crossing and dip my head in. So I think I'm going to at least get in the water once and experience the water. But with that being said, if you do enjoy this area and you want to see me return, just make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because I will be back sooner than later. I'm definitely going to come when it's warmer temperatures and when the clarity is significantly improved. I also want to tell you too that down below in the links, I will not only have videos to the Steph Falls, but further downstream, there's another area that I found unexpectedly in Google Maps a few years ago, and I did a video on that, and based on the viewer feedback in the comment section, we have a good idea what it was. So this section of water, Roaring Brook, is rather fascinating, with the man-made 3-story falls, to this area here with the mystery item, to what we found further downstream a few years ago on Google Maps. So all of that will be linked down below. want to show you something that I was explaining before as to why I didn't want to go in the deep pool of water, because I said of possibly items beneath the surface. I want to show you what's right over here. Do you see that? That is either a piece of railroad track or a steel beam, but it's just beneath the surface. That's why you never can be too careful. With these cloudy conditions, you could barely see it. And if I was to jump in and one of those was beneath the surface back there, that could lead to all sorts of trouble. And here's a closer look too at the wall. Is telling you about how it's separated and broken off. That's man-made right there. That's also broken off. That's laying on its side. Looks like it was right there. And it's basically built right into the rock face. What a gorgeous view though. The water looks so nice and white and clear up there. Down here it's a whole different story. And there's tons of trash here too, which is unfortunate. But when you look past that, it's a spectacular area. Really big rocks under here. Whew. Getting deeper. Oh yeah. Whew. Whew. Get in touch here. Still can't touch. Okay, there's a rocky face here. That's pretty deep. Alright, I'm sitting on a rock outcropping here beneath these. That's really deep. There we are, up close and personal. That's deep water right there. Oh, water feels good. And there I can touch. Whew. Oh, I miss these kind of videos. those guys back there I was talking to, I'm like, hey, you want to jump on camera? They're like, yeah, sure. So I put in 120 frames a second, was able to slow it down and make a good shot out of it. So I want to thank them for being part of the video and showing off their daredevil skills. And with that being said, I'm going to start making my way back. We covered not a whole lot of ground, maybe 150 yards. Not a whole lot of progress, but we actually saw so much. And I'm definitely looking forward to your feedback as to what you think, what we came across today with that bridge or dock, the supports, and just the beautiful area here along Roaring Brook. 100% I will be back in the near future to snorkel this pool of water and the one back there that I originally was going to do that we found. I'm glad there are pools of water here, so it's definitely going to be worthy of a return visit. As I said, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, that way you don't miss that video when it comes out. To see more videos like this one, there will be a playlist link down below, as well as links to the other channels I mentioned earlier. Otherwise, I just want to tell you to stay safe, thanks for watching, and thanks for coming along on this adventure. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.